Metal Ox coming at you. Day 310 of the hero's journey. It's your boy Noxoma here for another 15 minutes of fame. Hello my friends, how are you? I hope all is well. Have you started your fresh start walking challenge yet? If so, how's it going? If not, what's stopping you? Because, and that's just a legit question too, because if you want to do it and something's stopping you, it's different than not wanting to do it. Because not wanting to do it, of course, is your choice. But if you told yourself that you were going to take advantage of the new year and, start off fresh and get out there and start walking or exercising or some such, and you're not doing it, then you have to ask yourself, why am I not out there walking? So when you get the answer, in fact, how about this for a trick or a mind hack? Go out for a walk and contemplate why you haven't started walking yet. It might work, man. Biohacks, mind hacks are all the rage these days. Hey, welcome back to the Fresh Start 2022 Walking Challenge. Have you got your walk in today? Would you like to participate? All you have to do is go out and take a walk for 20 or more minutes and let us know about it in the comments. So if the bad guys are really working on an exit strategy, then you'll see them slowly lift the mask restrictions and mask requirements, especially on transportation. Because remember, that's a CDC thing. I still don't know who gave the Centers for Disease Control power to mandate that everybody wears masks in transportation, on conveyances, as they call it. Try to tell you that it's federal law, but no such law has been made. It was an order from the CDC, and one guy in the CDC wrote up this order, and for the last however long it's been, people have had to wear masks on public transportation, in Uber, on Amtrak, airplanes, all of that kind of stuff. If you don't remember anything else this year, remember that. It's the CDC that's got people masking up on airplanes. Some of you might want to thank the CDC, but they don't have that kind of power. And it's not federal law. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You can go through at your leisure. You can pick random numbers, but if it's your first time coming to this channel, I recommend that people pick their birthday. Scroll down, find your birthday, and see what kind of yang I was talking about on that day. So you may have already noticed early in the game how this series has changed slightly in its scope and its presentation. And we're going to continue as long as we can with this. And of course, with this in mind, we are beginning the Audiobook of the Month Club. Every month I will link an audiobook in the description box, and you can go and listen to it or not. If I link it, it means that I have quote-unquote read it and that I recommend it, and I think that you will enjoy it. It'll be either an enjoyable read or an educational read. This month is The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. This book explains the banking system and how money works and how the Federal Reserve Bank came into being and all the ramifications that has spiraled out of that act. Full Metal Ox coming at you, baby, in the 17th hour, 7 days a week on this BitChute channel with commentary, opinion, fitness, philosophy, and observation of the world around us. So tune in, subscribe, and pass it along. Peace. This playground has only been open for about 2 years, and like any great relationship, I can remember the first time I saw it. I was in a car driving down this street out here. I was riding and I saw the tents and I saw the fence up, and I was like, ooh, what's that? And I looked over and it looked like, you know, a playground, like an outdoor gym or something like that. So I walked down here a mile and a quarter, and sure enough, it wasn't open yet. I didn't know when it was going to be open. I had no way of finding out when it was going to be open. So periodically, I would walk down here just to check. And then finally, one day it opened. I can't even remember when it opened. And this became my happy place. I was coming down here 2 days a week, then 1 day a week when I joined LAF, and then when COVID kicked off, I came down here and it wasn't blocked off, but I was not really chased off, but reminded that it wasn't open. And of course, none of this stuff made sense to me, but you know what, it is what it is. So I started doing indoor workouts. I started walking all around, man, sometimes 6-7 miles, and 2.25 miles, just walking around. And then finally they opened the states, and then later the county had to open the county parks. And then I got back down here and was going to town again, and then I joined the gym that I'm at now in the rec center, and I stopped coming down here once again. And then that gym imposed a mask mandate, so couldn't work out with a mask on, so I started coming back down here again, and that brings us to where we are now. And it's still a good workout. It's still a happy place, man. I love working out here. What else can I tell you? So I thought I would share that little reminiscence when I need to fill some time in this episode. And thanks for indulging me. I really appreciate you all. Peace. If you're over 30 and a little bit flabby and a little bit fluffy and want to learn how you can get into better condition, stronger, more endurance, a little bit tougher, then hit me up, Noxoma at protonmail.com. I can help you out, a little bit of consulting and some tips and maybe even some coaching. So friends, we're going out for our first brewski of 2022. And I also almost said 2022 ski, but I could not. I held back, but then I had to tell you what I was thinking because it's just so corny, it's brilliant. And there was no making of a non-drinking resolution because I only have a beer once a month anyway. So hopefully you will join us for that. We will ring in the new year, I don't know, 4 or 5 days into it with one of my favorite brews. Here we are, gang, back again at tap 42 for the New Year's inaugural beer. Okay, we have number one daughter here, Shakira, as you remember from last year. And we're about to have our cheers. It's more difficult than it looks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time we have a drink. Great news, my friends. You can now support this channel with cryptocurrency donations. I think we're accepting Bitcoin, Litecoin, Etherium, Doge and Zcash. And all of those codes are in the description box. Of course, it's not necessary, but if you find yourself enjoying this journey and want to support it, then we will most certainly appreciate your donation. Peace. Since 2017, podcasts have taken on quite a different personality, it seems to me. I've been watching them before. I think I started watching what were known as podcasts probably in 2010, 2011, something like that. I think around the time that YouTube allowed people to post something longer than 20 minutes on their platform. But these podcasts, since probably even 2015, 2016, they're more like newscasts, right? More like reports. And they have fashioned their formats like right after the mainstream media, only more casual. You know, you don't have all the bells and whistles and the multi-millionaire talking heads telling you the official narrative. There is nonetheless a narrative to podcasts, and I'm no different. The narrative that I put forward for the last couple years is that, first of all, the original narrative was that the demon wasn't as bad, as dangerous, or as menacing as it was made up to be. And as I learned more about the demons and demonology, I came to the conclusion that it didn't even exist. Nonetheless, I persisted with the narrative as if it did exist, but it wasn't that bad.